All right, I wanted to show y'all, you know, here it is July the 21st. It's bad, you gotta look at your watch to see what day it is, but that's part of homestead. You lose track of time because it really doesn't mean anything to you. But one of our wild edibles on our homestead is a wild persimmon, and they are literally loaded this year. Every limb on this tree is loaded with persimmons like this. I mean, they are literally everywhere on this tree. So this is going to be a bumper crop this year. You look, there's just persimmons. We're getting enough rain for everything. Now this is the leaf that goes on the persimmon tree. It has a main vein down through the middle of it. Every other vein is offset from the other one. It's an elongated dark green leaf. Kind of goes to a point on the end. And the bark on the tree is a rough textured bark. It's kind of like almost like a hickory to an extent. But that's what the bark on a young persimmon looks like. The older it gets, the rougher the bark will look. And they usually grow very tall and very erect. One of these trees here, this largest one you see right here, this is a maple tree. We're going to be taking that maple out because it's dying. And the other two trees you see here are persimmon trees. We're going to be leaving them. And you can see the persimmon goes up pretty high up in that tree. So it's an edible food. The maple's completely useless to us. Make good firewood. We're probably going to take it out for that purpose. Okay guys, this is a young persimmon tree here that comes up. They just come up from the ground. They're just a little long, skinny, erect tree. The bark is smooth on them when they first come up. It's not rough textured like the large trees are. They come up everywhere, literally. I mean, if there's a piece of a root left in the ground anywhere, it will sprout and grow a persimmon tree. They're very evasive once they get started on a piece of property, but they make good food sources for wild animals. If you're hunting deer or anything like that, they will literally come to them during the fall, and it makes a good place to hunt on your property if you have plenty of them. All right, one of the other things I want to mention about this is that the persimmons are extremely astringent. If you bite into that, it's going to give you a puckered up mouth that's going to be horrendous. I mean, it's going to be really, really bad. You don't want to really harvest these until they get so soft that they fall to the ground and they're almost at the splattering point, because if you harvest them before then, they're literally going to be so bitter that you cannot stand them. But now this is really a superfood. This food probably has more potassium in it than a large banana does. So you want to make sure if you've got a new homestead or go around on your homestead, look for these trees because they're native to the southeastern part of the United States, everywhere, and they literally are all over the place, and they're really a good food to have on your homestead. This is one of the best foods for actually surviving and living off the land is the wild persimmon. Now there's tame persimmons. A tame persimmon does not have all the nutritional value that the wild persimmon has. The wild persimmon is loaded with a lot more nutrition. So when you're trying to live off your land, make sure you look for these trees and preserve them on your homestead. Thank you from Deep South Homestead.